What is up, everybody? So I know I haven't posted anything in a while for anybody that watches these videos. I did not die. Just, life kind of gets in the way with work, and, I'm in college right now. I'm in my last semester of college, and then trying to race any chance we could get. All that just kind of took precedent over making videos, which I apologize for anybody that likes these videos or watches these videos. One of those situations where they're just trying to be in the moment, focus on racing, and we're trying to get my dad's car done, so that took up a lot of my time with work and school and everything. So I haven't really documented a whole lot of anything. So one of the big things that you might know about my shop is I have insulation in. So I put up walls and insulation, nothing crazy, just wanted to be able to work out here in the winter, because I'm in Ohio, so our winters can get pretty harsh. Like today, it's only like 30-something degrees outside, so not really, if I didn't have working out here without the insulation, it really sucked. It wasn't fun. So I wanted to get some insulation up, so if I am out here in the summer, it's not as cold. And I also have a heater that I'm in the process of hopefully putting up soon. And then also I feel like it'll help in the summertime too. If I have to do anything out here, like I'm not going to be sweating to death or anything like that. Like I can maybe put like a little AC unit in this window over here and chill this place down pretty good. But yeah, like I said, didn't really document a whole lot this past year, but I tried to do as much racing as I possibly could. Had a decent season, nothing crazy. Went some rounds here and there, had some weekends that I just absolutely sucked. But I mean, that's bracket racing for you. I spent a lot of time on my dad's car. That thing is pretty much done to it runs and drives now. And we actually just dropped it off to the paint and body guy this past weekend. So that's really exciting. I know my dad's hyped about that. Like, we're hoping, a couple months, like maybe early April, we'll get that thing back and we'll be able to take it testing. Because if anybody is a Mopar fan in the Ohio area, one of the events that we've talked about wanting to do and are planning to do this year is Mopar Madness at Dragway 42, which is normally in August, but because the Mopar Nationals got rescheduled, it's now moved to May, and that we really want to do that. We've heard it's a really good event, so we want to go, especially with it being my dad's first year having his car done. So we really want to have everything done and tested and at least race it once or twice before we take it up there. Now, as far as the truck goes, nothing too crazy changed. I mean, we got the new strange brakes on the front, which if anybody has this model year Dakota and is thinking about it, I love them. I think they're great. It does take a lot of cutting and modification to the spindle to make it work. You essentially are cutting like the two ears that are on the side of the spindle. You're cutting those off, and then you put new threads in and whatnot. But they work amazing. They're so much lighter than the stock brakes. Last year I think I made a best quarter mile pass. I went 11:04 at like 122, 123, and I had no problem stopping. And that was at our local track here that's got a pretty short shutdown. I'm not saying it's like, you got to stab the brakes as soon as you get through the line. But, it's not like you're at a place like Norwalk or something like that where you probably have another quarter mile to slow down. But, yeah, I had no problems with that. So, yeah, right now we're in the off season, so it's kind of upgrades, improvements, things of that nature. So one of the big upgrades that I'm doing this winter is I'm putting new heads on the truck. Obviously, these are the old ones. I haven't taken anything off because the new ones are getting repaired. So my grandpa had a set of Stage 5 Mopar Performance cast iron heads that were on his car. And he took them off a couple years ago because he thought maybe there was a crack in them. And he's got the exact same heads that are on my truck now. And he originally gave them to my brother. And well, my brother's car isn't to the point where he's ready to put a motor together or anything. So I was like, well, if I get them fixed, can I put them on here for a little while? And then when you're ready, just, take them back and I'll get something different. And he said, yeah, that's fine. So right now they are at Indy Cylinder Heads. They just got the pressure test done. Heard that, what was that? Was that Friday? No, Thursday. Thursday, they got the pressure check done, and there was no crack or anything. At least they didn't say anything. So then all that I'm having them do is they're going to put in new springs and valves and basically just get them ready to go on this. So I'm hoping that, helps the truck out a little bit. Like, it'll pick up a little bit, maybe be more consistent, I'm hoping. Because on my grandpa's car, they were really good. So I'm hoping that's kind of, going to make this season a lot better. Next thing, so one of the big things that happened this year up at Norwalk, my pedal broke. So this truck still has the stock pedal in it. So as you can see, it still has the stock pedal, but like you can see, it's not the most stable thing. Like, it moves, like it's just, what had happened is this bushing over here completely, like, it's broken a bunch of the teeth, and it's just, this is a 98, so it's almost 30 years old at this point. And that is, I'm sure that's the original pedal that came with that truck. So I'm doing something with it that it's not intended to. I'm hammering it every time I, leave the line. Like, I'm putting all my force behind it. Like, it's getting more wear and tear and abuse than what it's intended for. So the plan is I'm probably going to get another stock pedal like that, but we're going to try to reinforce it a little bit better, like reinforce the bracket and stuff like that so it doesn't move. Because I think that's what had happened, is the bracket was twisting and things like that, so it was causing that bushing to move, and that's what made it break teeth and finally just shoot out. So gonna attempt to do that. I still need to order it off eBay. Haven't done that yet because we're not really ready to do anything like that. We probably won't until we get the heads back. And then the last thing, I want to change the bed cover. I am not a big fan of this thing. I don't think it was very well built. Like, it's floppy. These two Zeus's don't work. Like, I can't get them to go in. And I want to say one over there doesn't work. The people who originally did this truck, I'm not trying to hate or anything on it, but they didn't do a very good job, in my opinion, of this tonneau cover because, like I said, it's flimsy. You see where the fuel cell is, it's right there, but like, you got to lift this thing so high up, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I want to take all this off, and I want to redo it and probably go to about here with the hinge, because there's no sense in having to lift half the tonneau cover up just to put gas in the truck. So it's probably what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to spend today trying to take all this off. And then, like I said, once I get the heads back from Indy, that's probably when we're going to kind of start going to, working on getting the bed cover in, putting a new pedal in, and getting ready for the season. Because, today is January 12th. Heck, Edgewater is trying to hold a test and tune on my birthday, February 28th. So, like, I'm not saying it won't happen, because it'd be awesome if it did, but like, if this thing's ready to go and the weather's good, I definitely wouldn't mind my birthday being out at the racetrack for a test and tune, especially, with the things that we want to do. And it'd be really awesome if my dad's car was done and we could take both cars and get some testing in. So yeah, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to start taking this thing off, and I'll give you guys a progress report as we go. Hey everybody, so as you can tell, today is the next day. Started last night on getting the bed cover taken off, and Like I had mentioned before, I wasn't a big fan of the way it was originally done. It's no hate on the original, person that built this truck and did it. But when they did it, they riveted a lot of these pieces in. So I think I couldn't tell you how many rivets I drilled out. I mean, this is what one of my drill bits looked like, and I'm not even done. Like, the main reason I stopped, it was like 6:30 and I hadn't eaten yet. And I wanted to switch to a new drill bit because I knew that one was getting close to the end and I didn't have another in that size, so I need to go get a new drill bit today. So yeah, I'm gonna flip around the camera here and show you guys my progress. So all this is gone, and I know the bed looks dirty and everything. That's because it's had the bed cover on it for 3 years I've been racing it. I haven't cleaned it, haven't thought about it, haven't worried about it. So yeah, I got the main big part, which that's what this is over here. All that's off, and then I started up here near the front, and like I said, you can see all the holes of where the rivets were. I mean, I'm kind of upset about that. Like, I don't like that, but I'm hoping when we put a new bed cover on it, that'll cover a lot of that. So yeah, I just got this last little bit left. I got a majority of the ones like on the sides, but I got this right here where it's like ridiculously strong duct tape. So I'm gonna have to try to cut it or get screwed. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna try something. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it, and I'll show you guys everything once I'm done. All right, so as you can see, I've gotten the entire bed cover off, and it was an absolute chore because there was rivets everywhere. That's what all these holes are, is there was rivets, and it was a nightmare. And with that, there was also tape that was spray painted. So as you can see, these are what went around the down bars coming out of the back. They taped over all of it and then spray painted it. So it was awful trying to find the rivets that are in it, because as you can see, they riveted in there. So I had to break those loose so I could just pry this around those down bars, and it was a chore. Just freaking awful. And like I said, I wanted to replace this. When I first got the truck, I wanted to redo it, but when you're trying to get it going, that's not something that you're really thinking about. It's not a necessity. So yeah, that's done. We probably won't get started on the new one until I get the heads back. Kind of want to do everything at once. Just put the heads on, put the new pedal on, and then do the bed cover. I do have something I did want to show you guys that I know I haven't yet. So I wanted to show my trailer. This is new to me. So this is a 28-foot haul-about Tiger. So go ahead and pop it up. Sorry if audio is terrible. We are getting some weather right now in Ohio. Oh, I do not have a light. Let me go get a light real quick. Okay. All right, that's better. So yeah, like I said, this is a 28-foot haul-about Tiger. Anybody that is local to the Dayton area, I went to Custom Way Trailer Sales in New Carlisle. That's my hometown. And I got this, I think it was a year and a half ago. Talking with my dad, his car is really close to being done. And I knew we were going to need another trailer because we have his 24-foot trailer. And then we have an open trailer, but My truck doesn't get on there the easiest. It's kind of a hassle. And his car sits way lower than mine. So there was no way that was getting on there. So I was like, let's go ahead, let's go. I can afford it. Let's go ahead and get a trailer. So I believe this is 2024. It's 28 foot. We got the cabinet up here. And the main reason I went with 28 foot is we can fit the golf cart right up in here with my truck, no problem. In the 24 footer, we had problems with that. It was a little tight because we have the back seat on the golf cart. So yeah, it's nothing crazy. I mean, it's, you know, I've added the cabinet there. We added a toolbox, added some of the hangers. You know, pretty simple trailer. It's definitely very nice. I love it. But it does what we need it to. So yeah, and I know like I said, I've had it for like a year and a half, and I know I haven't showed it on here, so just wanted to go ahead and do that. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video off. Appreciate anybody that's watching. I'd love it if you guys would like and subscribe. It'd really help me out. So yeah, other than that, I'm gonna end it off here. I'll probably get another video up once we get everything, you know, the heads, bed cover, pedal, whatnot. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.